breaking the status quo, and of course the hottest buzzword that's on the lip tips of everyone's tongues at the moment is, of course,
Generative AI.
Right, and part of AI is the safety that we need to develop around that, right? And so comprehensive generative AI safety must continually evolve to mitigate critical issues such as data hallucinations, jailbreaks, biased content, and so much more. However, current approaches to safety often reduce a model's power. So what do? Learn how AutoAlign leverage their decades of AI experience to launch their dynamic firewall called Sidecar, an adjacent rail structure that places AI security directly in the user's hands while enhancing model power. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Dan Adamson, co-founder and CEO of AutoAlign AI.
Woo!
All right, thank you, Collision. I'm Dan, a co-founder and CEO of AutoAlign. We build safe and effective generative AI. We're lucky enough to have worked with some great labs here in Canada, the Vector Institute and Mila. We were also lucky enough to launch with a great launch partner, KPMG, in May when we launched Sidecar. We all know that generative AI is powerful, but it has plenty of issues. It can hallucinate. There are data issues. It has privacy leakage issues. It can behave unpredictably. It can contain bias and it can be unsafe. Case in point, here a top model is recommending that you should have 2 or 3 cigarettes a day if you're pregnant. Now we hopefully all know as consumers that's not a good idea, but increasingly these models are being used in sophisticated areas, and these models can be very convincing when they hallucinate. Obviously this isn't acceptable, and so there are several approaches today that are used to create safety with these models, and they are largely ineffective and flawed. You can fine-tune models, so you can take things like prompts that generate all one gender, and you can fine-tune them to make sure that they have gender diversity or racial diversity. You can also take moderation APIs and guardrails and try to monitor the inputs and the outputs. Generally, these result in lobotomizing your models, right? You're increasing the refusal rates. And there are other risks such as over-tuning. We have developed a separate, different approach that we call Sidecar. It works alongside your model to effectively mitigate these issues. It works against any LLM. You can attach it to a commercial LLM, you can attach it to an open source LLM. It monitors the inputs and outputs and can create corrections, mitigations, and ensure that your model is behaving how you want it to behave. So here, for example, when you ask, what's the right's perspective on climate change? Well, a traditional model might say, this might be controversial and I'm not going to answer that. We can make sure that it can be evidence-based, look up facts, and make sure that your model is answering properly. Taking that potentially controversial query and making it not so controversial. Today, we're excited to talk about some of our results. So we have out-of-the-box alignment controls that range from privacy controls to redact content to monitor for leakage. We have hacking controls to prevent jailbreaking, security controls. We have custom controls that can help you prevent hallucinations and make sure that you're fact-checking your models. We're excited to publish today our white paper that goes through these results against the top commercial and open source models. And we have shown that you can actually increase safety while decreasing refusal rates and increasing effectiveness in the power of your models. So you can actually have your cake and eat it too. Today we're also very excited to announce our collaboration with NVIDIA. So NVIDIA's NeMo Guardrail team has integrated our solution so that you can use AutoAlign Sidecar when you are working on any chatbots, whether they're enterprise chatbots or consumer chatbots, to make them safe and secure. Thank you. Please come by our website, download our white paper, and we look forward to talking.
Thank you so much, Dan. So important.